Okay, so hopefully you guys find me. I really do apologize for that. Oops, I'm a little scooched this way. Sorry. All right. Sorry. All right, let's fix this. There we go. You're seeing a bit more over here than I would like, but I don't want to mess it up for the second time, so let's just leave it as is. All right, I apologize, everyone. Hopefully you have joined in. Give me 2 seconds to get things going. Whew, sorry about that. We are a few minutes late now. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to take the sweater off because I'm a wee bit warm. Okay, well, you're seeing a bit of my mess. Let me scoot this over a little bit. All right, so you're seeing, sorry, I'm just checking the angle and everything. Welcome, my name is Rachel. For those of you who have never been here before, I am a scrapbooker. I know I've been watching all the card makers all day long, but I'm the first scrapbooker. I don't know if I'm the only scrapbooker. I just want to say welcome to all of you, those of you who are my subscribers, and those of you who are here for the first time. Just want to say a big thank you to all of these sponsors for A World of Heart. For those of you who are joining on the replay, to win one of the sponsored prizes that Tiffany will be taking care of, I believe she said around April 4th, you need to leave a comment on the videos, not in the chat, but on the actual video. So once the live is over, come on back and leave a chat there. My cat Xanthi is joining us. So that little shaking you just saw, that's what that was. She is going to hopefully not be obnoxious. Is the picture clear for everyone? I'm a little blurry here. And I don't know if it's because I know the Wi-Fi is being tested by everyone being at home. In general, not just here. So what I have here is a 12 by 12 4-photo layout. I've got, I've cut the photos down a little bit already. I've already started with a little bit of mixed media. I'm going to get going with a little bit more. Make sure you stay tuned. I will put in the description box and in the chat box the link to Laurel Beard, who is next on this hop at, what is it, noon Pacific time. Right here in Connecticut, it is 1 p.m. So I will have all of that in the description box once I finish the live. Oh, did I zoom in? Okay, let's see. No, I don't seem to be zoomed in. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, picture is good, picture is good. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started simply because at this point, because I've had a little bit of issue, I'm down to 50 minutes now. So, as I was saying, if you're interested in winning one of the prizes, make sure you leave a comment on the videos, not in the chat. Yes, and if you can give me a thumbs up, thank you, Spirit Junkie. That would be super awesome. So as I said, I started with some mixed media already. This is the Vicky Bouton Prism Glaze. It is super duper pretty. It's like an aqua to a teal, and it has a lot of holographic elements in it. It is on Marshmallow cardstock by Basil. I did not gesso it. I find with the Marshmallow cardstock, as long as you are using something that doesn't have a lot of water in it, you can get away with not using gesso. Yes, and thank you, Nellis. Yes, next Saturday as well, there's a whole other line list of ladies. Some of the ladies are doing this Saturday and next Saturday. This Saturday is card making and scrapbooking. Next Saturday is more mixed media art. For the... Sorry, I got a little frazzled when my camera angle went up incorrectly the first time. So I'm a little... I just need to like do some meditation breathing. All right, so for the stencil, I used this Starstruck star stencil from Vicki Boutin as well. And so all I did was put it down, and this comes so it can be in like a little binder. So I used some washi to cover up those tapes. Otherwise, there would also be circles. So I did the stencil like that, and all I did was use a little scraper thingy like this, which is you can get in any art store or big box store. And then I just moved it over here, and I did it as well because of the texture paste, it dries. It takes some time to dry, and I didn't want to do that on a live. So Beth, a bunch of my friends did a personal order from Basil. When I say a bunch of my friends, I mean like 20 to 30 of my friends. We have a friend who is who works in shipping, so she had a pallet of paper shipped to her, and then she shipped it all to us. So I ordered it directly from Basil, or American Crafts, actually. Yeah, last year was 24 hours. This year it's broken up into 2 12-hour, 10-hour, something along those lines. Anyway, I need to get started on my layout. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the stencil over a little bit and then use some Distress Oxide in Chipped Sapphire, Cracked Pistachio, Broken China, and Tumbled Glass. And why I'm using these colors is one of the photos I'm using is a selfie I took on New Year's Eve, and I'm wearing all of these colors. I have a purple crown, I'm wearing a blue sweater, I've got an aqua and blue scarf on. So my idea is to just shift this over and add more stars. And I'm just using these blending brushes. These are the ones that you get from Amazon. So they're like the cheap fake ones. I don't use ink and stuff enough that I felt the need to... Oh, this had a pinky purple color on it, and I forgot to clean it off because I'm a genius. Super fun. All right. See? You make mistakes, you move on. So we're going to have a little pinky purple in there. Oh, sometimes. So how's everyone doing? I know it's hard being stuck inside. We're going to go over this with the blue, make it more of a purpley purple rather than a pinky purple. That's the good thing about Distress Oxides is they tend to be pretty forgiving with what's going on. I'm okay with it being kind of messy. So I have a purple crown on. Yes, we have little crackers, Christmas crackers or New Year's crackers. So it's not stamped, it's actually a stencil, and I used a prism glaze. And that's Vicki Boutin's new glaze. Okay, and then I'm gonna go this way with the cracked pistachio. Going for a bit of a messy-ish look. over here, and then I'm going to bring the stencil over here. And here's the thing, and this is quite often with mixed media, it's always going to look worse before it looks better. That's just the way of mixed media. Once you start putting stuff over, it starts all looking better. I've got 4 photos going on top of this background, so it's not going to make that big of a difference. I will say, if you're going to use the stencil with the texture paste, you definitely want to clean it off afterwards with warm water and a little bit of soap. With the distress ink, it's not so bad. The worst thing that happens is it gets a little watery. It gets a little discolored, but that's not like the end of the world. If I were using texture paste as I did last night, I would definitely go and wash it off right away because it will stick to the stencil, no problem. Okay, so we've got those all done, and just let me clear my working area out. I just wanted to show you the Prism Glaze and the stencil that I worked with. Okay. If anyone has any questions, toss a couple of emoji up so I can see them. If I don't see it, I do apologize. I will go back and look at the chat afterwards, and I will answer your questions if I missed it in the live chat. So here are my photos. And basically what I wanted to talk about. Oh, see, now that already looks so much better just by putting the photos on top. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, and I am using a couple of different Chamel lines. I've got the leftovers of Glitter Girl along with some Head in the Clouds. So what I'm really talking about here is, as I said, this is New Year's Eve, and we are at a New Year's Eve quote-unquote party. But in reality, it's just like a couple of my friends and I that get together, and we were watching reruns of the Great British Bake Off and tasting Nick Offerman's scotch. Those were our big plans for New Year's Eve. I'm just kind of poking through what I've got. I often work from kits, either kits I've put together or kits that are like collection kits, like working within one collection. The reason being, I find I spend a lot less time poking through everything, seeing what works. If I take my time, sorry, I'm trying to read the chat while talking, not working out all that great for me. If I reduce the amount of stuff to look at, I automatically reduce the amount of time it takes me to scrapbook. And it's not that, obviously you can scrapbook for however long you want to, but I know a lot of people like to be productive and they like to just really be able to get pages done in a specified time. So, because I do often get asked, how do you scrapbook so quickly? How do you get pages done so fast? And the idea is by limiting what you're going through, you automatically have a better chance of scrapbooking things a little bit quicker. All right, so this piece of paper is from Head in the Clouds. Now, this kit was actually something I received as part of a crop I went to, and It was kind of like a gift from the ladies at the crop that they put together. It came with this mixed bag of embellishments, so I think I will add that. It's nice. I can go pretty girly because I'm doing a scrapbook page about myself. Okay, so how is everyone doing with all of this drama going on in the world today? I teleworked for the first time yesterday. That was interesting. My cat did not understand why I was, you know, at home with a computer and not, in fact, paying attention to her, but instead paying, oh, sugar, I forgot to do something before. It's a good thing I stopped before I glued this down because I did want to spatter some mists. I have 4 mists from Shimmers, and they are Deep Blue Sea, which is, it's almost a navy, but it's got a hint of teal. Then Don't Rain on My Parade, which is a navy, Plum Pudding, which is a purple, and Jenny B Blue, which is an aqua. And I did want to lay down some mist along with the stencil and the ink. Now, one thing with the marshmallow paper, it does take a little bit longer to soak in, so I am going to have to let this sit for a few minutes. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new or not a subscriber of mine, I share a house with my best friend and her son. So I work for the Department of Public Health for my state. So it's a very interesting time at work for me. And then my housemate is a hairdresser. So she was laid off yesterday because the governor closed all the hair salons in the entire state. And my nephew literally got a job 2 weeks ago at a grocery store. So he is still working, but that was an interesting idea to get a job at a grocery store and then end up just, you know, he's like, for the most part, people have been really nice. Some people have been a little crazy. One woman walked over, he works in the produce department. One woman walked over to the produce department and then sneezed directly onto their display of bananas. And, like, didn't cover her mouth, didn't sneeze into her elbow, just sneezed all over the banana display and then left. So, his manager's like, yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of all of these. We don't, you know, because there were other people there. So, all right, I am going to turn on my heat tool. So I apologize. It shouldn't be too long. I'm just going to pull this closer to me because my heat tool does reach over here. But if I do it over here, it won't be so loud. Yeah, he didn't see it, so he doesn't know if the person did it on purpose. But yeah, so, but he literally started 2 weeks ago. So he's just very interested in what's going on. He's like, I don't know what's going on at all, ever, but, yeah, it's interesting. Life is interesting. All right. So that is much better. I'm wondering if I want to add a little bit more. Get your butt out of there, doofus. think I'm gonna do a little bit of this aqua. I'm just gonna move that over. Sorry, I'm just reading the things again. I did not hear about that in Florida. Ugh, people are disgusting. So I will say there's good things coming out about it. People are trying to do their best to be helpful. They are, picking up things to their neighbor. On our town Facebook page, people are giving out toilet paper alerts. If they find toilet paper at the store, they're getting on Facebook and letting people know. So that's kind. Possibly should have done that a little bit farther. Actually, what I'm going to do is pull it up and move it over just a little bit. Because I really didn't want that to line up with the photo. And now I can retrim this because it actually got a little wonkified. It's a very technical term there, wonkified. Okay. So when I'm using mixed media and I'm going to glue stuff down, anytime you use anything that's going to do a large resist, so if you use gesso or if you use texture paste or you use like a glaze like this, it's going to prohibit the ability for the ATG to give a permanent stick. So I like to use a mix of liquid and ATG, because the ATG will give a temporary fix while the liquid glue sets up, and then the liquid glue will give a long-term hold. And I found that's my best bet for getting things to stick permanently when using mixed media. Sorry, I was trying to make sure that was lined up where I wanted it. Okay, very cool. All right. Wonkified, so like off kilter, not lined up, instead angled or anything like that. That's what I use it for. Okay, you guys are all talking to each other too. Awesome. Because I always feel bad when I'm, trying to do the chat and do, whee, ooh, okay. Things are going everywhere. All right, well, I'll find that later. So, as I said, this kit was put together by my friends who were hosting the crop, and so, not this, the Glitter Girl stickers, those are mine, as are these Glitter Girl things. So I will be, ooh, I like that. It's got an ice cream cone. I've got one left, and I think I'll end up using it, because even though really ice cream has nothing to do with it, ice cream is celebratory, so, and I'm not going to use the giant ice cream cone puffy thingy, but there we go. Oh, apparently I stuck some scraps in here. I did not realize I did that. Don't you love when you go to look at something and you discover that you've done something, and you're like, oh, well, okay, didn't realize I did that. All right. So I don't really have any pink in here. Glitter Girl has quite a bit of pink. I don't know if I want to add it in or not. We'll have to see. Going through what I have left of the die cuts, which is not a lot, but I like that aqua camera. That's what it's called. Is scrapbooking like collaging? In a way. It's less glue than collaging. Basically, you take photos and um, pattern paper and embellishments. So basically, it's like making a card, only you're including pictures and you're telling a story. Some people do their travel, some people do their kids, some people do everyday things, some people, you know, just do random stuff. So it's a bunch of that. It's about like keeping your memories while being artistic about it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be at a crop next weekend that I will not be going to because it was canceled. It was actually postponed, but I don't think it's going to. It was only postponed to the 1st of May, and I'm thinking we are not going to be able to be congregating in groups larger than the 10 we are currently allowed at that point. So going ahead and gluing down my photos now. And I think I want to work on my title, and I've had this idea for this particular story. And so I'm going to see. Sorry guys, I'd been looking for a card to send to someone earlier, and I left a pile of them sitting over here, and they just all fell over, because that's awesome. All right, so I've had an idea, as I was saying, for a title, and kind of as like a joke, tongue-in-cheek, ha ha ha, in saying, we like to party hard. Now, I would like to use these, but I'm thinking I don't have any A's left. Oh, I do. Party hard. I need 2 A's. Do I have 2 A's? Ooh, I don't think so. I think I only have the 1. And these are chipboard, so I can't. It's harder to MacGyver them. I'm looking to see if I've got anything to MacGyver into an A, and I don't think so. So I will look for something else. I possibly should have pulled some things before. How about this? Does this go? It's a little too blue. I need something more on the greenish end. I can always go for still a little too blue. What are we thinking? Rustic Ink Angel, thank you so much. YouTube is like, I don't know if this is a real comment. I don't think they cared for your capital letters. I love your capital letters. Yeah, because the A has a circle for the inside, because I'd be using them next to each other, otherwise I would totally do that, but because, let me show you the A. The A is very stylized, so normally I would totally do that, but because the A is very stylized, I can't get away with that. Got these. Sorry for being so quiet. I'm trying to concentrate on picking some stinking letters, which I totally should have done before rather than now. But I didn't. Goofy goober me. All right, let's see what I got. I've got some silvers. I've got some aquas. I think I'm going to go with the silver Fitzgerald. If I've got some A's. Oh, I've got some A's. Do I have an R? I've got one. Oh, I need 2 R's. Well, dingleberry. All right, let's look at doll. And drop things. 2 A's. One small A, 2 big A's. Oy vey, people. I am not batting 1,000 here. Sorry, taking a second to read that. So for those of you who don't know, I have been doing a freeze. That's kind of interesting. These are really old. These are called typo. I don't have 2 R's, but for this one, I don't have any R's. I didn't realize that. I was thinking if I had 1 R, oh, I think I can make 2 R's. P-A, do I have a D? I have a D. Let's see. H. I think the H's can be made into R's. And I have 3 H's, so I can still have an H for the letter, for the word hard. I'm going to have little pieces flying everywhere. H-A-R-D. And I like that it's kind of a transitional color between the green and the blue. That would be the wrong letter for the wrong word. I like to hardy pard. Oh, sometimes I will go back afterwards and add liquid glue. I'm just not going to do it on camera because, wow, is that boring. If we run out of time at the end and we just want to chat, I will do it then. Yeah, as long as I can get away with it, I will totally cut up letters. So hopefully I can get these in here. P-A-R-T. There's no T, but that's an easy one to make as long as I can find something close. Trying to see what the T's look like by looking at the backing paper. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is take this number 1, we're going to trim off one little end. Oh, and here's the thing is I could just leave it as a capital T. Let's get that other H. That way it doesn't look too fake. Where's the other H? There it is. And what I'm going to do is put that on top real quick, but I'm not going to push down. And that way I can get it to be very, very similar. I'm going to have to not vacuum, sweep when I'm finished with this, because these pieces are going flying. That one went close by. Yay. Okay, so there is the R for hard. P-A-R, I need the A. I'm going to tuck the R in underneath that. Ooh, hopefully this fits. All right, we're going to have to move this over. That's fine. There's really nothing here except my friend's like TV armoire. So as long as I'm not covering up anything important, which I am not, I can have that go over the photo. And what I'll do is I'll just scoot these down, and I'll actually scoot these over. Okay, so the rest of them I'm going to do in tile letters, and I'll come back to that at the end if I have time. Otherwise, I will just complete it after you guys head on over to the next person, to Laurel. Just checking up on the chat, making sure no one needs anything important. So I'll do, we like to party hard. And now I need to do my journaling. I'm just going to put in a couple of lines underneath here. Let me scoot this off the way, out of the way. And then we'll move on to embellishing. So as I was saying, I often make fun of myself and of my friends because, my friends are joining me. Our quote unquote New Year's Eve party usually consists of about 10 people. And we do things like, this year we watched the Great British Bake Off. Last year, I think it was some sort of PBS documentary. We had a little get together recently and we were watching The Repair Shop on Netflix, which if you haven't watched that and you want something where it's just fabulously low-key, you don't need to pay a ton of attention. It's a British show where they fix up older things like clocks and ceramics and stuff like that, and we love it. It's like one of the best shows for, taking in like a little, not a nap, but like a little doze too. So, yeah, so you can see how exciting my life is. All right. Let's start embellishing. We're almost done here. 140, so not bad. Start with that camera. Let's look at these stickers too. Oh, see, I kind of like that camera better, but I don't want to put two cameras on. So these are matte cardstock, and then they have holographic, and I don't have a ton left. And I especially don't have a ton left in the colors I'm looking for. Yeah, really, it's just the, just the camera. That's okay. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to. And then these come from the sticker booklet. And I'm going to take this little square, and these are like washi. I'm going to put it behind there, except I don't want it to line up. I think I'll have it like that. There we go. That's nice. I like that. Oh, see, these have tiles. They're pink, so that's not going to work out really. We've got some washi. Ooh, that would be a little bit too much. So I do want to mention, I know everyone's home and I know everyone's doing all the self-isolating, and I know that can be very stressful mentally to have that all going on. So I do want to say there are tons of things going on online in the scrapbooking, card making, mixed media world. There are a ton of crafters, a ton of companies putting content online. There are so many online scrapbooking crops with contests, and there are a whole bunch of Facebook lives in the creative Facebooking groups and YouTube lives, hence this one this Saturday, and then again next Saturday. Sorry, when you hear me get really quiet, it's just because I'm poking over and doing the checking out the chat, making sure everyone's good to go. Just checking out my embellishments, seeing what I've got. So the problem with stuff like this is I don't like speech bubbles, so I'm gonna hide that, but I like the sparkle holographic, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab this and put that right there. Now I don't want to use the gold stickers because all of my colors are so cool. I think I will use these blue pearls at the end. And I actually really kind of like these white pearl bows. And I'm not a bow person, so that's saying something. But yeah, you should definitely, if you can't, you know, obviously everyone's not supposed to be leaving and all that, so definitely take a good look at all of the online things, see what's going on. Whether you're someone who actually likes to enter contests or not, you know, sometimes just listening to the lives or listening to the videos helps keep the creative juices flowing and helps keep us from going insane. Because that can happen real easily. I dropped all my felt pieces. I'm like, where did all the felt pieces go? Whoopsie. So I've got blue clouds, pink hearts, white thingamajiggers. Kind of like that. So what I'm going to do is put this down. I find that if I try to use liquid glue with felt, it just soaks directly in. There we go. Apparently my ATG was like, no, I don't want to work, thank you very much. Except that went a little too far that way. We're going to pull it back a little bit. And then I will add a little more because I apparently... Okay, I'm not right-handed. This does not want to work for me this way. There we go. I am left-handed. I am very left-handed. So I'm a left-handed person who was raised by a left-handed mother and lived with a left-handed brother. So other left-handed people have the advantage of usually having to deal with a lot of right-handed people in their lives. I did not have that. I grew up in a left-handed household. So let's see if it'll let me put it directly on. Oh, it did. Usually I find it will not let me put it directly on a piece of felt, but that one actually did. Then check out the chat. Yes. So I am an introvert. I have no problem talking to people through YouTube where I'm not doing it face to face. That works all great for me. My best friend, my housemate, is an extrovert. This is killing her. She is an extrovert. She is a hairstylist. She this is very hard for her. I feel like she actually, like, there's a meme going around. The meme game is strong right now, let me tell you. She put one of those meme on, you know, please make sure you check on your extroverted friends. They are not okay right now. And that's usually having to do with the introverted people in your life. But nowadays, it is definitely those extroverts that are having a hard time right now. So I will use this one as well. I have no idea where these felt pieces came from, if anyone is interested. As I said, they came from friends. And, I've got stuff. How long have I been scrapbooking? I have been scrapbooking since 2004. 2003, 2004. Somewhere in that range. I started scrapbooking because a friend of mine got married, and she had an incredibly small wedding, like in her dad's backyard. I think she had like 30 people. And she didn't have a photographer, she just had people taking pictures. and she picked up a Case by Colorbach, a scrapbooking kit. And she brought it over, and she wanted my opinion on something, because I'd always been known as being arty. I've been making really simple cards since I was a teenager. I'm gonna get a dimensional for that because it doesn't want to stick down. These are Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I like them because they're very thin. So she brought this over to me, and she's like, I'm going to make a wedding scrapbook. Do you think, this looks good? And I went, what's a scrapbook? And so she'd explained she'd been, on the internet looking what to do with her photos. And so I was like, what? You take pictures. I love taking pictures. I take really bad pictures, but since the onset of digital cameras, I've been taking much more photos that I could edit to look good. I love paper. I love playing with paper. I love making creative things. As I said, I always made cards. And so now I also love telling stories. Obviously, I can sit here or stand here and talk to you guys for an hour, nattering on about nothing. So you're going to combine storytelling with pictures and creative arty stuff into one hobby. Has that made my life perfect? And she never made another scrapbook ever in her entire life. And I've been now doing this for 16 years, something like that. So there you go. So, all right, let's see. We will not be doing journaling. As I said, this is our my New Year's Eve party. Oh, let me add these beady things. So these are all, it's a line of beady things. I didn't realize this. As I said, I did not pick this out. It is a kit that was made. I mean, I probably could separate them. But now that I know it's a line of things, I'm kind of intrigued by it being a line of things. Now I just have to see if I can put it somewhere without dropping it on my... Oh, I think I kind of like it there. Let me scoot it over just a little bit. I won't push it down. Oh, I don't know. Maybe below it. I kind of like it here. But then I think, I don't know, maybe, what do we think? Lana, no, I don't, because when I'm not doing it live, I normally have a TV show on, or, ooh, that's kind of interesting, or I'm rocking the show tune playlist on Spotify. So I can't sing along though. If I sing along, Xanthi and I, Xanthi is my cat. If you are a subscriber of mine, what do we think of it doing it vertical there? Give me a shout out. Yeah, there. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I'm just gonna straighten it out a little bit. If I sing, Xanthi wants to be in my arms. She adores singing. If I play music on my phone, she tries to like burrow into the camera. She's a weird cat. She loves watching me scrapbook. She loves eating my paper. She loves eating my A2G gun glue. So that's always super fun. I need something else. I think I'm going to grab some enamel dots. I'm going to grab some enamel dots. I recently put all of my enamel dots by color onto these little index cards. I saw Mercy Tiara do it, and it intrigued me. So I went ahead and did it as well. So these are all different shades of aqua, and I think that'll work better than navy. But I'm almost done here. Did anyone have any questions? Pop a bunch of emojis before your question if you had an actual question and not just a, you know, comment for other people, just so I can see it, because I'm actually almost done here. So I think I'm going to put it over here. There's a ton going on over here, so I don't feel the need for enamel dots over here. So all right, so that's going to go away. All right, so what I'm going to do is take out my T-square ruler and start to line the words up. I'm trying to think, do I want it down here? I think I want it down here. And add some glue. And yes, Laurel is your next stop. Give me 2 seconds. I put it on a Google Doc, so I would be able to grab it real quick, and I will put it in the chat. Yeah, no, Xanthi doesn't like to chew on anything expensive. She just likes my ATG glue, which is a pain in the butt. But it's not expensive, at least. All right, Control V. Sorry, I put stickers over my enter button. So that is the link to Laurel. All right, let me glue stuff down. It doesn't seem that anyone has any questions, so yay. All right, what are we at? 1:55. All right, so I'm going to thank you guys for joining me here. There's my letter D, couldn't find it. If you have any questions, you can always drop a comment in the description box below. Don't forget, if you want to win one of the prizes that Tiffany is going to be giving out on April 4th, you want to make a comment in the video once it goes onto replay, not in the chat. Don't forget to continue on not only this Saturday for a couple more hours, but also next Saturday on the 28th. And don't forget to check out all the free stuff being given out. Allie Edwards is giving out a free class. Jen Scow is giving out a free class. Kathy Zilski is giving out a free class. So there are tons of free things available. Stay safe, everyone. Don't, try to keep mentally active, do a little physical activity. There's tons of free YouTube exercise videos out there. And trust me, if you can't tell from the chipmunk cheeks, I am not the world's healthiest health nerd, but even I know you need some physical activity. Actually plan to go walk the dogs once this is done. Oh yeah, my dogs don't mind my scrapbooking and they don't steal anything, but they do like to tap dance around while I do voiceovers and and try to find who I'm talking to, because when I do voiceovers, I'm by myself, but they think I am talking to someone. And they're all like, who are you talking to? Let me find them. Let me wander around aimlessly the living room, trying to figure out who you're talking to. Which makes we have hardwood floors, so it makes a lovely, I screwed that one up a little bit. It's okay. You know what? I'm going to trim a little bit of the letter P. And now it fits. Yay. We like to party hard, so it'll be so we like to party hard. And then I will explain our very, very party-esque 10 people watching the Great British Bake Off, testing Nick Offerman's scotch and eating awesome food New Year's Rockin' Eve party. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Once this goes live in the replay, I will fill out the description box with all the links to everyone. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors. They are amazing. A big, huge thank you to Tiffany for putting this all together. And make sure you head on over to Laurel's channel. She should be up in just a minute or two. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully you are having as awesome a day you can have when you're probably stuck inside your house. We're having pretty great weather here. As I said, I'm about to go walk the dogs. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye. Don't forget to head on over to Laurel. Oh, here, I'm going to move this so you can see my layout. I will be up with this in Instagram. I'm Ollie Quig Scraps. I'll also put that in the description box if you want to see the finished project. And yes, if you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Bye, everyone. You're going to start to shake now. Sorry.